Yes, hello, Fatma. Good morning. Can you hear me? If you can hear me and can visualize my screen, please. Walaikum assalam. Please let me know if my screen and my voice is clear to you so that I'll start the lesson today. How are you doing, by the way? Okay, fine. So there is only you. Let's start the chapter. By the time the rest of the students will join us. Okay, in the last class, Miss Falak has already taught you about the structure of viruses. And about, she has also taught you guys about the microorganisms, that what are microorganisms? Yes. So our chapter, today's lecture number 14 and chapter viruses, bacteria and cyanobacteria. Ms. Falak has already taught you guys about the microorganisms. That what are microorganisms? They are the heterogeneous group of organisms comprises of viruses, bacteria, algae, fungi, and cyanobacteria. Viruses and bacteria, they belong to a group called prokaryotes. Can you tell me what do you mean by prokaryotes? Yes, Bilad, how are you? Umar Iftikhar. Good morning. Good morning, class. If there is any problem in hearing my voice or in the screen, please let me know. Otherwise, I will continue the class without getting it no. Yes, Rumesa. Why you guys are so late today? Just 4 students. Why? So, Fatma, beta, in the chat box, kindly write down the definition of prokaryotes. What do you mean by prokaryotes? Rest of you as well. Umar, Umar Iftikhar, just write down the definition of prokaryotes in the chat box. Yes, excellent, excellent. Keep it up. I want others as well to answer me in the chat box. One thing I want to tell you guys that I keep you mute for camera and for mics as well, and I want all the answers or all the queries in the chat boxes. Okay, if you have any problem, if you don't understand anything, if you want me to repeat, please let me know in the chat box or raise your hands. And if I ask any question, kindly write down the answer in the chat box. Omar Iftikhar, write down the answer. What are prokaryotes? What do you mean by prokaryotes? Oh, Abdul Rahman Mubin, write down the answer. What are prokaryotes? Bilad, Rumesa, everyone. I want the definition of prokaryotes. I know that Ms. Falak has clearly taught you guys about the prokaryotes. And you have also learned about the structure of viruses. Today, our learning objective is that means we are going to learn about virus as living and non-living organisms, DNA and RNA, replication and mutation, structure of bacteria and its forms. You have already learned in detail microorganisms as heterogeneous group of organisms. I have just named those organisms which comprises of heterogeneous group and the characteristics and structure of viruses. Yes, Umar Iftikhar. False nucleus, right, right. Excellent, keep it up. Okay, now today we are going to learn about viruses as living or non-living organism. At times, they are, first of all, we know that all the viruses have a nucleic acid core, which is made up of DNA or RNA. We will learn in detail that what are DNA and RNA. DNA and RNA, they are made up of nucleic acid, deoxynucleic acid, and ribonucleic acid, surrounded by a core protein coat which resemble the chromosomes of other living organisms. Means their DNA and RNA contains or surrounded by a protein coat which resembles the chromosomes of other living organisms. That is why viruses are considered as living. Next is they have ability to reproduce by replication. Replication means write down somewhere in your notebooks or on your copies or on your books that what is the meaning of replication. Here in this picture you can see replication means making exact copies. You must have heard that nowadays replica suits are available. It means they are the replicated or replication of original brands. So when viruses they try to reproduce themselves, they make original copies of their DNA or RNA. Here they are the DNA. This is the double helical structure of DNA, which is being divided into two different strands, two different DNAs. It means the DNA is replicated, one DNA is replicated into two different copies, making exact copies. Replication means making exact copies of the original one, right? Here they are showing on the screen that how one DNA, this is the one DNA, it is replicated into two different copies, okay, which are the exact or same copies of the original one. Got it? Next is many kinds of viruses undergo mutation. Mutation means there is some change in the proteins or nucleic acid of DNA or RNA. When something undergoes mutation, when viruses undergo mutation, they change their types. Means SARS virus, which came in 2002, it was converted after mutation into COVID-19. I will show you how it is mutated. Viruses show genetic recombination, right? Viruses show genetic recombination means they have genetic material on the basis of which, genetic material means chromosomes on the basis of which we consider them as living structure, right? I'm repeating, all viruses have nucleic acid core made up of DNA or RNA. DNA or RNA, they contain the genetic information, genetic material, surrounded by a protein coat which resemble the chromosomes of other living things. Like their DNA and RNA, they contain the living genetic material which are resemble to the chromosomes of other living organisms like other human beings or plants or some other living organism they are resembled to. They have ability to reproduce by replication. Replication means producing exact copies, like we do photocopies of the original material. This is the exact copy, we get the photocopies. Likewise, one DNA making its exact copies, one DNA is divided into more copies. Speak loud. I'm already speaking so loud. Now I think it's clear now. Rumesa, is it clear now? Who else have joined us? Yes, Bilad, Rumesa, Umar Iftikhar, Zuha, Zimal Kashif. How are you guys? Okay. I hope that everybody hear me properly and can see my screen properly. Okay, fine. Now, many kinds of viruses undergo mutation. They change their sequence or arrangement of nucleic acid proteins, right? They change their, when they undergo mutation means they change the sequence of their nucleic acid or their proteins arrangement, right? Next, here you can see This is the mutation in DNA. Before it is a double helical. This is called the helical structure. If there are two, it means they are double helical structure. They undergo a mutation, means these are the protein arrangements. These are the proteins or nucleic acids which are arranged in between the double helical structure, and due to ultraviolet rays from the sun, chemicals in the environment, nuclear rays, atomic bombing, these are all the reasons which allow the DNA to undergo a mutation. Here you can see at this point the arrangement of protein is going to be changed. It is broken and it is changed. The arrangement of protein is changed. Earlier it is in this sequence. Now after mutation, means sometimes sun rays, ultraviolet rays from the sun, chemicals in the environment, nuclear emission, atomic bombing, or radiation from different elements, they allow the DNAs to undergo a mutation, means their arrangement of protein is changed, right? So that virus can change their types. Virus can change their DNA and RNA sequence, and they undergo mutation to change their types. I hope that this is clearly understood. Um, yes, we are fine. Okay, DNA, yes. Okay, now next is here you can see this is the SARS virus that came into that was outbroken into 2002 or 2003 in some countries after mutation. When here on the screen they have shown that ultraviolet rays or emission from some nuclear emission from some sources, they when they fall on the DNA of some SARS virus, it is mutated and changed its types into COVID-19. And this COVID-19 is the mutated form of SARS virus, right? Now, here you can see that this is the double helical 1 and 2, double helical structure of DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. DNA is the deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA, ribonucleic acid. DNA has double helical structure, RNA has single helical structure. If any at any point emission or radiation of ultraviolet rays, emission of nuclear rays from any source falls on these protein arrangement, they are changed. When these protein arrangements they are changed or broken, so the DNA undergoes a mutation and the arrangement of protein will be changed and the type or behavior of the virus will also be changed. I believe that everybody have got it clearly. Please let me know in the chat box if it is clear so that I'll move to the next slide. Quickly write it down in the chat box. Abdur Rahman, I have explained. I think it's clear. Yes. Zuha, why are you silent, beta? Zimal, Talha Javed, Bilad. I want the participation on my questions from everyone because your marks, your participation in this class will be graded. You know that, na? Page number, today we are going through page number 76 and 77. Page number 76 and 77. Right? DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA, ribonucleic acid. DNA is double helical structure. This is called double helical structure. RNA is a single helical structure. When they undergo a mutation, means the arrangement of protein is changed due to any ultraviolet rays or nuclear emission or atomic bombing or atomic rays, the type of virus has been changed. Like I have shown in this picture that due to some ultraviolet or emission from or radiation from some nuclear rays, the type of SARS virus is converted or mutated into COVID-19. That was spread out in 2020, and SARS virus, it was spread out in 2002 or 2003. So COVID-19, we can say it's a mutated form of SARS virus. COVID-19 is the mutated form of SARS virus. Now next is why viruses are non-living. There are three reasons: because they have non-cellular structure, means they have no particular cellular organelles like nucleus, like cell wall, or mitochondria, or other common structures which are necessary for cell. So we can say that they are non-cellular structure. They undergo crystallization. This is the structure of crystallization, in which we can say that all the non-living things, they undergo themselves into a particular highly defined structures called crystals, in which the atoms and molecules are rearrange or arrange themselves into a well-defined structure, into solid form, which is not the property of any living thing. So why viruses are non-living? Because they undergo crystallization. Earlier in the previous slides, we have learned that they are not, they behave like living. Now we are learning that they behave like non-living. They have no particular cellular structure, they undergo crystallization, and they are inactive outside the host cell. Means they, when they are outside the host body, when they are, yes, in which country it was spread out, Fatima? It was spread out in Asia Pacific, like in Korean side, or South or North Korea, or mostly, or Taiwan or Thailand. It was spread out in those countries. Okay. So viruses are why they are non-living? Because they have non-cellular structure, no particular cell organelles which are necessary for cellular structure. They undergo crystallization, means they, like non-living substances, they undergo a solid form, and they arrange their atoms and molecules into highly defined structures called crystals. They are complete and active outside the host cell. That's why nowadays we are taking precautions to keep us safe from the virus, from the COVID-19, because if they are outside the host cell, they are inactive, they are not harmful. But once they enter into our body, when they come in contact with host body, they start their replication and mutation, and they start infecting us, right? So outside the host body, they are inactive and undergo crystallization and non-cellular structure. I think this is clear, pretty much clear to you all. Please let me know, then I will move to the next topic. Yes, everyone. Let me know. Let me know in the chat box. Abdul Rahman, I have described each and everything why the viruses are living and non-living very clearly. Why you are again saying that coronavirus is living on? What a stupid question is this? Coronavirus, of course it behaves like a virus. It's a virus. It is non-living outside the host body. That's why we are taking precautions. Once it enter into our body, it becomes active, it becomes living. Is this clear now? This is the reply of your question. That's why we are taking precautions. We are not, we are keeping social distancing, keeping our stuffs neat and clean, sanitize ourselves. Okay. Now next question, sorry, next slide, next topic is bacteria. It is on page 77. Please keep your books open. Keep your books open. Bacteria are microscopic and unicellular. Are they prokaryotes or eukaryotes? Can anybody answer me? Yes, Zuha, Fatma Shahid, Rumesa. Answer me that if bacteria, you think that bacteria are prokaryotes or eukaryotes. Quickly, quickly. Cell structure lacking a cell nucleus, organelles such as mitochondria and chloroplast. They are microscopic and unicellular organism. They are prokaryotes and they do not have a particular prominent nucleus. Yes, right. Right, Rumesa. Excellent. Fatma, yes, good. And they do not have other prominent cell structures such as mitochondria and chloroplast. Bacteria are the most abundant of all organisms. Means they are present everywhere. They are most abundant of all microorganisms. Bacteria are of different types according to their shapes and mode of nutrition. Here there is a picture in which you can visualize. Yes, Fatma, thank you. This is the basic structure of bacterium, rod-shaped bacterium. It has cell membrane, flagellum, capsule, cell wall, plasmid, DNA, again the genetic material, and cytoplasm. Next, we will move. We know that bacteria, they were first observed by Leeuwenhoek. It's a name of a scientist who considered that bacteria are the most abundant of all the living organisms. They are the smallest, oldest, but the simplest living organism. Bacterial cell ranges in size from 0.2 microns to 2 microns in width. They are unicellular, strictly unicellular prokaryotes. They consist of the, here on the screen you can see structures which are always present. Cell wall, which is always present in all the bacteria, cell surface membrane, ribosomes, food reserves, cytoplasm, and DNA. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These 6 structures, they are always present in every type of bacteria. However, flagella, mucilage coat, pili, these 3 structures, they are present in some of the bacteria, and some types of bacteria, they do not contain these structures. However, prominent nucleus, mitochondria, cytoplasm, chloroplast, they are not present in any type of bacteria. So let's continue with the cell wall. Cell wall, it is present outside the cell structure of the bacteria, and it is made up of some thick material like amino acid, sugar, and some chitin. Cell wall is made up of sugar, amino acid, and some chitin. I am taking the name of chitin. Chitin, write down in your notebooks. Chitin is a substance. It's a hard substance which is made up of carbohydrates. Write down in your notebooks or in your copies. Chitin is a hard substance. It is made up of carbohydrates. And example of chitin, we can see the outer structure of cockroaches, the body of outer structure of cockroach. That is called exoskeleton. Exoskeleton, you have learned in class 6 in the chapter classifying plants and animals, that exoskeleton is made up of chitin, exoskeleton of the body of cockroach, right, or crabs, right? So it's a hard material made up of carbohydrates. Have you all written? I believe that everybody has written it. And it's a rigid structure made up of amino acid, sugar, and some chitin. Chitin I have explained. Next is the cell surface membrane. Cell surface membrane, or the plasma membrane it is also called, which is attached to the cell wall at few places. It has many pores. Chemically, it is made up of lipids and proteins. It has this cell membrane, it has many pores. It behaves like partially permeable membrane. We have learned this in class 7, that partially permeable cell membrane or plasma membrane, it's a partially permeable membrane. It allows some material to move in and out of the cell. So it is made up of lipids and proteins. Lipids are fats. Lipids is an example of fats. So cell membrane, it is made up of lipids and proteins. It allows the movement of material in and out of the bacterial cell. And one thing I want to tell you again, that cell wall of the bacterial cell, it does not contain, it is not made up of cellulose. However, cell wall of other plant cells, they are made up of cellulose. Here it is made up of chitin, amino acid and sugar. Next is ribosomes. Ribosomes are structures which contain genetic material, right? Miss, repeat the definition one more time. Of chitin, Fatma. Chitin, it is made up of carbohydrates, and it is a rigid or hard material. It forms the outer skeleton of crabs or cockroach. Okay. So next is ribosomes. Ribosomes, they are made up of some structure. They contain the genetic material. They contain material for making proteins, or they are here for protein synthesis. They at times they contain RNA, right? They contain at times RNA, and their function, ribosomes function, is to synthesize proteins. Next is food reserve, the food which is useful for the bacteria, they reserve it for their feeding. Next is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, it is granular, present in between cell membrane and the nuclear region. It has many but small vacuoles, ribosomes, glycogen particles. It has no endoplasmic reticulum and no other membrane or organelles like Golgi bodies, plastids, and mitochondria. We know that cytoplasm is made up of water, mostly of water, and some other material, and it is granular, jelly-like substance. Right? It is a jelly-like substance, and it contains the different organelles inside it. Next is DNA. Instead of prominent nucleus, DNA is present, and DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, it contains the genetic material for the reproduction, right? It contains the genetic material for the reproduction. It is concentrated and it is found in the center of the body, center of the bacteria. In the cytoplasm, it contains chromatin bodies. And bacteria, they undergo again by replication and cell division, not particular cell division, but a binary fission. We will learn about the binary fission in next class. Okay, so these are the structures which are always present. I want you guys from your book on page number 77, learn these, all the labeling, the structures, or these names or structures. I will show you the picture in the next class. And please turn off the camera. Who is this? I will give you this diagram only to label it during the class. Okay, so please get ready for it. Now flagella, it's a hair-like structure. It allows the bacterial cell to move within the host body. Mucilage coat, it is again used for the movement, for locomotion. Its function is for locomotion. Locomotion means movement from one place to another place. Pili, write down about the pili. It is a hair-like structure again, and it is used to inject or to enter into the host body. To enter into the through pili, bacteria, they inject the pili into the host cell and enter into the host cell, right? Flagella for locomotion or for movement. Mucilage coat again for locomotion. It is made up of, this is the mucilage coat. It is made up of some glue like substance, some fibrous or glue like substance, and it is jelly like substance, you can say. This is called mucilage coat, and it is helpful in locomotion, means movement of the cell from one place to another. Pili is for inserting the cell into the host body. I think this is very much clear. Please let me know if this is clear so that I'll move to the next slide. Yes, Abdullah Alam, Abdul Ahad, Bisma, Fatma, Muhammad Ali Rao, Roha, Sania Javed. Everyone, Shiza, yes. Let me know in the chat box if it is clear so that I'll move to the next topic. Only Roha and Fatma are active in the class. Why? What about the others? Zoha, Shiza, I want the responses from each and every student, beta. Zemal, yes, okay, fine. Sania, good. Okay, now Shiza, reply me in the chat box. Now types of bacteria according to their shapes. Here in on the screen you can see a picture, spherical shape, rectangular shape, spiral shape, comma shape. These are the different shapes on the basis of which the bacteria are of four types. They are divided into four types according to their shapes. Cocci, number one, cocci. Please, I am pronouncing the shapes here so that you guys will repeat it. Cocci, bacilli, spirilla, vibro, comma, right? They are of four types. Now, number one, cocci, they are simple, spherical. Spherical means round. Spherical means round. They are simple, spherical, and according to cell arrangement. They are solitary. Monococcus, mono means single. Mono means one. If there is one spherical ball, it is monococcus. If they are arranged in group of, in pair, they are diplo. Dip means two. Diplococci. Monococcus, single spherical. Cocci are of cocci bacteria. They are of four types: monococcus, diplococci, streptococci, staphylococci. Monococcus, diplococci, streptococci, staphylococci. Right? Mono means one single ball. Monococcus. Diplococci, if they are arranged in pair of two. In pair means they are arranged in, or they are attached in pair of two. In chain, if they are arranged themselves in chain form, they are streptococci. If they are arranged in a cluster form, they are staphylococci. Bacilli, they are rod shaped. Bacilli, singular bacillus, and they are rod shaped. They may be found in pair, means attached in pair, diplobacillus. If they are arranged in pair, they are called diplobacillus. If they are arranged in chain form, they are streptobacillus. Bacillus cocci, earlier we learned cocci, now bacilli. If they are arranged in two, they are attached into, or they are arranged in pair, they are diplobacillus. If they are arranged in chain, they are streptobacillus. Now, spirilla, spiral form, they are called spirilla. They are spiral or corkscrew shape. Vibro, they are slightly curved or comma shaped. They may be flagellated. Spirilla and vibro, they are flagellated. Means they have flagella to move within the host body. Now, I think this is up till last slide. Yes, till last slide, everything is clear. Now I'm going to ask few questions from you guys, and I want the answers from each and everyone. My first question: define microscopic organisms. Quickly write down the answers in the chat box. By the time I am taking your attendance, I am taking the snapshots of your presence here. Write down the answer of microscopic organisms. Yes, quickly write down the answers of microscopic organisms. Define it. What viron stands for? There is nobody to answer? Beta? I am saving this chat and this is for your grading purpose. Mind it. Write down the answer which my net was not working that far. Okay, okay, fine. But microscopic organism, Shiza, you know that you guys have learned in class 7th as well, and in the last class, Ms. Falak, she has also taught you. Mucilage code means it is a structure which is present in the bacteria. It is a gluey substance. It is a gluey coat made up of fibrous substance, and it is used for movement, for locomotion. Locomotion means movement. It is helpful for bacteria in locomotion and for movement. Right. Roha, is this clear? Okay, microscopic organism, right, Abdul Rahman? Yes. Okay, name the organism which belong to prokaryotes. I am showing the questions one by one so that you'll answer of those questions which you know. What was the name of the scientist who crystallized the TMV, tobacco mosaic virus? There are 5 questions on the screen. Sorry, 6 questions. Yeah, Ivanovsky, yes, good, Abdurrahman. What is meant by nucleic acid, DNA, RNA, and capsid? I think this is a very long question. Skip it. Just tell me the function of tail fiber. What is the function of tail fiber in virus? This is the same function of pili in tail fiber in virus and pili in bacteria. Both have the same functions. Yeah, Zimal, right. I'm saying, let me see the chat. Quickly answer me why bacteria are prokaryotes. This I have already asked you guys. Okay, what is the function of tail fiber? Yes, tail fiber ka function. Yes, viren stands for poison. You're right. Why Abdul Ahad is silent in the class? I want the answer from Abdul Ahad. Yes, don't keep silent. Abdullah Alam, Abdullah Ahad, Bisma, beta, speaker, write down the answers. Whatever the answer you know, please write it down. Because your participation, your answers, I am saving it for grading. Zuha, yes. What is the function of tail fiber? It infects the cell in the host body. It infects, not affects. It infects the. It enters. Its function is to help the virus to enter into the host body. Same is the function of pili in virus. Inflects, not inflects. Infect the cell body. Okay. Next is name the types of bacteria according to shapes. What is the function of mucilage coat in bacteria? What is meant by mutation and replication? These all questions, please get the snapshot of these questions and prepare it for the next time. We will discuss it in detail. You guys will be giving me the answers. And after this class, I will uploading the home assignment. There is no date for submitting the home assignment. Just do your work very neat and tidy. Get your parent signature on the index and return it later on. When you complete your work, we will announce the date. Okay, take the snapshot of these questions. Hurry up and get ready. Prepare them for the next class. In the next class, we will learn about the types of bacteria according to the mode of nutrition and importance of bacteria. 2 topics we will take the snapshot quickly. Please prepare these questions in somewhere in your rough copy on a piece or on a piece of paper. Write down their answers, and I will ask these questions again. Okay. Has everyone taken the snapshot? What is meant by mutation? I am repeating. Mutation means change, changing in the arrangement of changing in, if you want to write down the answer, changing in the arrangement of proteins in between the double helical structure of DNA, or you simply you can say changing in the arrangement of proteins in DNA due to ultraviolet rays of sun, due to atomic rays, due to nuclear emission, or chemicals, different chemicals, due to different chemicals. What is the function of mucilage coat in bacteria? It's a gluey, sticky substance, fibrous, and it helps the bacteria to move within the host body, to locomote. Locomote means move karna. Name the types of bacteria according to shapes: cocci, bacillus, spirilla, and vibrio. Learn page 77-78. I will be giving this in assignment. Learn page 76-77.